On today's episode, we're talking about OpenAI Dev Day, new Google DeepMind research for automated code security, and the OpenAI AMD partnership and what that means for OpenAI's work with NVIDIA. All that on today's New Tech Nightly, recorded tape to live from the Big Pink building in beautiful downtown Portland, Oregon. Let's jump into the tech news. All right, so OpenAI had their Dev Day 2025, and they had a whole bunch of major platform and model announcements. First up, we have apps inside of ChatGPT and an apps SDK. So OpenAI has introduced third-party ChatGPT apps, which users can call by name in a conversation. For example, Spotify make a playlist. And then these apps can present interactive UIs, such as maps, playlists, whole user interfaces inside the chat. Now, they have an apps SDK preview that's been released, so developers can start building ChatGPT apps right now. And it's built on an open standard called Model Context Protocol, also known as MCP, which is actually interestingly developed by Anthropic originally, but it's an open standard. And OpenAI is adopting it and giving devs full control over backend logic and custom UI components of these ChatGPT apps. Now, they're going to start with partner apps from companies like Booking, Canva, Zillow, and a few others that have gone live for all ChatGPT users outside of the EU, and there's more to come. Now, OpenAI will begin reviewing and publishing third-party apps later this year, including options for developers to monetize them, but they have not gotten into details about the monetization options quite yet, as they're still thinking about how to thoughtfully roll out these apps inside of the ChatGPT experience. This really positions ChatGPT almost like a browser in a way where you'll be able to actually get full user interfaces from third parties right within your conversation. But it will have all the context from your conversation, and you can seamlessly jump in and out of that third-party interface right back into your chat. OpenAI also introduced the AgentKit suite. This is a new toolkit to build, deploy, and optimize AI agents for real-world use. It includes an agent builder, which is a visual drag-and-drop canvas for designing multi-step agent workflows with full versioning and preview runs, a ChatKit library, which is an embeddable chat UI to integrate chat agents into products, and a connector registry to link agents with data tools under admin control. AgentKit also integrates a guardrails layer, a new open source safety module to filter sensitive data, detect jailbreak attempts, and enforce usage policies, which can be enabled in workflows or used standalone via Python or JavaScript libraries. Additionally, OpenAI has expanded its evals framework with new features to rigorously measure and improve agent performance. ChatKit and the new eval tools are generally available to all developers, while Agent Builder is still in beta and rolling out to certain enterprise and education customers first. In addition to those announcements, OpenAI's latest flagship model, GPT-5 Pro, is now available via their API, offering higher precision for demanding tasks. In addition to help developers manage costs, OpenAI has also developed distilled mini versions of a few of its multimodal models, namely GPT Real-Time Mini, which is a smaller voice chat model and 70% cheaper to run than the original real-time voice model, and GPT Image 1 Mini, which is a compact image generation model, and it's 80% cheaper than the full-size image model. Now, these cheaper models aim to make speech and vision features more affordable for app integration. Meanwhile, OpenAI's new Sora 2 text-to-video model that was recently debuted in the Sora app was opened up for API access, along with a high-end Sora 2 Pro version for higher fidelity video generation. And this will let developers programmatically generate videos using OpenAI's latest generative video tech. OpenAI also announced that their AI coding assistant Codex has become generally available to developers. Now, this was already released as a preview, so there's not a ton of changes here, but they say that daily usage of their specialized GPT-5 Codex model has spiked 10 times since August, which is notable. In one of the demos, OpenAI showed Codex performing complex live coding tasks. They demoed using the Codex SDK to enable live code assistance within custom workflows, and this kind of real-time AI coding capability has prompted some observers to imagine that in the near future, users might see a Codex tab in some applications, allowing them to modify or extend software functionality on the fly with natural language, effectively editing apps in real time via AI. This could also be a step towards fully generative applications where they're coded and presented to you with just-in-time coding that could be adapted for every user. Of course, it's early days for that type of capability, but some of the demos definitely pointed towards generative software as where this whole field might be headed. Moving on to our next story, Google DeepMind has unveiled CodeMender, which is an AI-driven coding agent that's designed to find and fix software vulnerabilities automatically. Now, this is built on DeepMind's cutting-edge Gemini DeepThink models, and CodeMender can autonomously debug code and generate patches for security flaws without human intervention. It leverages Gemini's advanced reasoning to analyze complex code bases, identify root causes of bugs, and propose code changes that address the issues. CodeMender not only reacts to known vulnerabilities by instantly patching newly disclosed bugs, but also proactively hardens code to prevent future issues. For example, the team used CodeMender to automatically insert memory safety annotations across an image library. This kind of broad refactoring can eliminate an entire class of vulnerabilities like buffer workflows before they even happen. And in one case, applying these automated guardrails would have neutralized a serious heap overflow exploit that attackers used in a zero-click iOS attack. Now, this shows CodeMender's potential is not just to patch individual bugs, but to fortify code bases against whole categories of exploits. Now, for now, CodeMender is just a research project used internally at Google DeepMind. All AI-generated patches still go through human researchers for review before being contributed upstream. The team is taking a cautious approach, emphasizing reliability and safety. So while there's no public product available yet, these early results hint at future tools where AI agents assist developers by automatically handling the grunt work of security patches. For now, there are existing AI code review tools like CodeRabbit or Macroscope that developers can leverage to review their code automatically. AMD will supply 6 gigawatts worth of GPU clusters for OpenAI's next-gen infrastructure, amounting to hundreds of thousands of high-end AI chips to be delivered over multiple years. For scale, 6 gigawatts is roughly the output of 3 Hoover dams or power for 5 million US homes. The first tranche is an initial 1 gigawatt deployment of AMD's forthcoming Instinct MI450 accelerators, slated to come online in the second half of 2026. This is a multi-generation deal, meaning OpenAI will adopt multiple future AMD CPU series through the partnership. Now, news of the OpenAI partnership sent AMD's stock soaring, and AMD's CFO said the deal could drive tens of billions in revenue and could be highly accretive to earnings, and analysts called it a transformative vote of confidence in AMD's AI roadmap. Now, importantly, OpenAI's AMD deal is an additive capacity, not a shift away from NVIDIA. Industry experts note this move will not dent NVIDIA's dominance in AI chips, and NVIDIA remains the market leader and is currently selling every H100 it can produce. In fact, NVIDIA recently deepened its ties with OpenAI as well, reportedly making a substantial investment in OpenAI just prior to this AMD partnership. OpenAI will continue buying massive numbers of NVIDIA GPUs. Sam Altman, OpenAI's CEO, has said OpenAI plans to keep expanding NVIDIA orders, but now they are adding AMD as a second source. The AMD partnership gives OpenAI an additional pipeline of advanced GPUs to meet its exploding compute needs alongside, not instead of, NVIDIA hardware. That's all for this edition of New Tech Nightly. If you're in Portland, Oregon, and you'd like to be a part of this show, we'd like this to have more of a conversational feel with multiple hosts, please reach out at hello@resonantworks. I'll see you tomorrow.